Okay, hear me out. It's the story of Robert Johnson and the devil and the crossroads and some vampires. So it's not really a horror film. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Gray Media. This is Josh here, checking in on you out there in YouTube land. YouTube, you look great. I would take my time. I would wine and dine you. I would kind of finesse you and try to really get into why I wanted to talk to you about tonight's movie. Kind of break down how I watched 5 or 6 movies and which ones are the most deserving and which ones I think we should be talking about, which ones have a bigger effect on the horror genre, which ones really stuck with me afterwards, blah, blah, blah. Effing blah. The truth of the matter is, yesterday I went and watched Ryan Coogler's new film, Sinners, and it's all I've been thinking about. I've watched a couple of movies since then, and I guess I just I would feel guilty, and I would feel like I'm missing an opportunity to just kind of talk to my audience about this film, whether they should watch it, who it's made for, and kind of what I think about it before, and just kind of put it out into the world, and then people can make their own decisions, right? Because that's what everybody gets. So I think that there is a lot of people that are calling this a masterpiece. There is a lot of people saying that this is a perfect film. There's a lot of people saying that, this dude understood the assignment. There's a lot of people saying that everything about this film worked. Everything about this film, right on and on and on. And a lot of those people are me. I align with most people, which with the mainstream, right? Everyone's pissing in the mainstream, and I took a big old glass, and it went down smooth. I was completely overwhelmed. I don't even have words for this review. I looked at my buddy after it was over and I said, I was completely overwhelmed by that film. I need to watch that again, and I need to see it in IMAX. I need to see Sinners on the biggest possible screen with the biggest, baddest, most impressive sound system, Dolby at whatever they got, right? Whatever screen, 70 millimeter. I need to see it. I just need to see the best version of this film that I possibly can. And I'm a fan. I am a fan of Sinners, and I did not think, it's not like I didn't think I was going to be, and there's a lot of people that are drinking this Kool-Aid right now, and I guess I thought because I hadn't really seen Ryan Coogler's other films, I hadn't seen the Black Panther movies. I was a fan of Creed, but being a huge Balboa fan, I was nervous to kind of let somebody else have the Apollo storyline, and Creed really, I thought it was actually excellent, and so, I hadn't seen the other movies, and I guess I thought this was going to be kind of like a Constantine, or I thought it was just going to be a Marvel film, and I'm not going to yak at you guys for too long tonight, but I went in with kind of zero expectations. I did know that my best friend had said that this is a film you have to see. You're a Scottish-Irish bastard, and you're going to love all of the music in this film, and he was right. He was 100% right. I am the target audience for a film like this. My wife is from Louisiana. Her family's in Mississippi. We frequent that area, and I have such a soft spot for that area. And I'm also, I just a little backstory about me. I grew up kind of a punk rocker, and then I learned the blues. And when I learned the blues, my life changed. All of a sudden, I understood, I don't know, it changed my guitar playing, it changed who I was as a person, and it's still in my style when I play, and I was just obsessed with Hendrix and Robert Johnson, right? And the idea that music is so powerful that you would sell your soul to the devil to be able to just touch and change the world. That's what this film is about, okay? It's about this dude. I mean, the music as element of this film, it's perfect. I don't even have words for it. I have goosebumps thinking about it, but I'm the target audience. I love the blues. I love that Mississippi Delta sound. I love everything that came out of there, right? The money, I love everything about that. So when I seen this and they had the resonator guitars and their acoustic, it was flawless, man. And it's a period piece, so it's got like this kind of like Scorsese like element to it, right? Where it's got this film grain and this matte color finish on it. It completely overwhelmed me as a film, you guys. And I think that I should have said that this isn't a horror film. I should have just started with that. This is not really for horror fans, I don't think. I think that people that are upset are probably the horror fans going into this thinking it's a vampire film. And I'm not going to give a bunch of spoilers, but, you know, this film, I didn't need that element. I would have loved this film as just a period drama with the back and forth and like the struggling to get by and the racial stuff and just like, you know, kind of pulling yourself by your bootstrap. Just everything about this film I would have loved without the vampire element. When that came back later in, about an hour and 10 minutes into the film or whatever, maybe an hour, it is like, oh yeah, there's vampires here. And it's supposed to be a scary film all of a sudden. And it's not that it's bad when that happens, because I really don't have any complaints. I thought that the effects, I thought the vampires themselves were pretty believable. I thought there was like crazy... I thought that the screenplay was perfect. So I thought that the vampires had like this ability to try to want to like get into this juke joint. I should talk about the plot, but I kind of feel like everybody already knows, right? This kid is like able to play this music that summons these vampires, and he's supposed to be touched of the devil or whatever. And you know, his uncles or whatever, Smoke and Stack, they had come back from Chicago and they made a bunch of money. They were going to open up a juke joint. They were going to have their own business and they were going to bring it back down to Mississippi. And so the first hour is the two twins, Michael B. Jordan, is that right? Michael B. Jordan? Yeah. So Smoke and Stack, and they're just going round and round. They're gathering them all the best people. Hey, you cook the best food. Hey, you know how to make that catfish. Hey, right? And you can make drinks. Can you make this? Can you make that? There's like a voodoo element to it. Then they're rounding up Slim and the best harmonica player, the best piano player, and they bring them all down to this juke joint. And really, their little cousin, like the dude with that resonator guitar, man, he's the one that kind of can summon these vampires. And I think that is a pretty damn compelling storyline. I didn't need anything else from this film. And the fact that we got a perfect screenplay, you got all this like humor, you got like the struggle, and like, this is a deep film. This is way deeper than just a vampire film. It's not a horror film. I don't think. And I think that it actually works better if you don't go into this expecting bloodshed and just kind of like a thrill, action-packed vampire film, because that wasn't my favorite part of it. I thought that was just, it's well done, but it's really low on my totem pole of what I needed from this film. I think what we needed was a great story, and this thing sells it. Every single scene seemed to me like it needed to be there. Is there some pacing issues at 2 hours and 20 minutes? When they wrap this thing up, stay for the post-credit scene, I mean, I was in still. So, but again, I like long, sweeping, 3-hour, there will be blood, Scorsese. I love these really, really long, drawn-out dramas too. So, and Western. So I had no problem with the pacing. I had no problem with the length. I thought that there was this comedic element. There was this like relatability that was just... I don't know. It all really, really worked for me. I thought the vampires themselves had kind of a cool look. I don't know. I guess the only thing that kind of took me, that I guess is kind of a minor spoiler, was it takes place over 24 hours, and I wanted this to be like, I wanted a week with these characters. I wanted to see them up in Chicago struggling, the two brothers up there, the twins, and then coming back down to Mississippi. I wanted to kind of see some of their family life. I wanted to know how hard they had to struggle to make it. And this does kind of go like a 24-hour period where, you know, you start off in church, then all of a sudden you're going back in time, and the vampires and the devil is coming. And once I was like, okay, it's just 24 hours. Okay, cool. But I'm always kind of like, how much can they really pack into this thing? And they packed a lot. And for the most part, it's pretty damn believable. The more that I've sat on this film and thought about it, I think that it is... Yesterday I said that it was the best film I've seen in 5 or 6 years, pretty much since Hereditary. I said it's an almost perfect film. It overwhelmed me. Musically, I mean, that you tickled my buyer bone with the music stuff. I I think I'm gonna stick at a 9 out of 10. I think it's a day one purchase for people. I think that there is no reason not to watch this film unless you're just tired of hearing about it and you want to wait. I think you got to see this on the biggest possible screen. Forget what I just said. Fuck waiting. Get out there and watch this thing, because the music and the sound, like, I just need a little banjo, I love the blues. Like, I love the blues so much. I love outlaw country. I love bluegrass. People that know me know, like, I'm a huge mandolin, banjo, fiddle. Like, I love it. I play it. I need it. And this film had so much of it that I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed, and I felt guilty. True story. I felt completely guilty watching this film without my wife. She was having a little party with her friends, and then I was going to meet up with her afterwards. And about an hour into it, I was like, I wish my wife Krista was here. I really wish that she was here. This might be better, than Interview with the Vampire. And that's like her favorite movie. Now, this is a different kind of vampire movie. Interview with the Vampire is so gothic and vampire forward that it's not really a fair comparison. But the Louisiana, it was all filmed there, right? You stay for the post-credits, you see all that. This Mississippi, Louisiana, Southern Delta, it's going to mean so much to her to see, like, the countryside, like, it, flawless. Just absolutely flawless. And when you get through all of this film, you basically, I can't really talk about it because there's spoilers. There is these vampires that play this music, and it's Irish jigs, it's traditional Irish music, and I had the biggest smile. I had a couple of beers in there. I had the best fucking time. I had no expectations. I thought it was gonna be like a Marvel vampire movie, so I thought it was gonna suck. And it was like brooding. It was honest. It was, for the music alone, this gets like an 8. And if the vampire stuff sucked, then it would probably be like, hovering there. But because the music was so good, and I do think that this is not going to have a ton of rewatchability. I cannot wait to watch this again in IMAX. But I think after I purchase it, I'll probably watch it one more time. Then it will probably sit for like a year. It'll probably be like on a year rotation, because it is like a very dramatic, long, there's a lot going on, but I think you will get a lot out of this film. I can see how it's not going to be for some people, though. Automatically, it's going to isolate certain sections of the horror community, because they're going to be like, this wasn't a vampire. Like, it has some tropes, but when I was reading some of these quotes, like Ryan Coogler was saying that one of his biggest influence was Stephen King's Salem's Lot. And of course, Johnny Carpenter from The Thing. And then when I started thinking about it, like, there is a scene where, who's a vampire, right? How do we find out who the vampires are? And we have to pass this stuff around. And I like I was like, dude, The Thing, and I'm going to be there in IMAX with my wife, hiring a babysitter. I came home and I was like, I'm sorry I've seen that without you. You were going to love that fucking movie. I felt guilty. She's like, better than Interview? I was like, maybe not as a vampire film better, but as far as like, and maybe not even like because it's so New Orleans, like maybe I think it's probably going to be your number 2 favorite. Like, she is going to fucking love this film. We're going to get back to the gore really, really soon. I've been thinking about this movie a lot. I slept on it. I love it. I love you. Take care. Cheers.